What is the best movie where the villain actually wins? This video comes as a result of watching the Chiefs make their third straight Super Bowl because sometimes evil does prevail. Starting off with a classic, Empire Strikes Back. I mean, that's a large appeal of this film, the fact that our heroes actually lose. Luke spends this entire film training with Yoda to try to run that fade with Vader, and then by the time he sees them, he gets belt to ass whooped, loses a hand, and then decides to off himself by jumping down Cloud City. Han Solo is in Carbonite. The Empire just became minus 2,000 favorites in the intergalactic bookies, and that's why it remains one of my favorite films of all time. Star Wars has a whole thing about letting their villains prevail. Revenge of the Sith is one of the most upsetting watches of all time. The population have given up their democracy in order for the Galactic Empire. Anakin falls to the dark side. The Jedi are taken out by Order 66. There's not much here to root for. And what makes it even sadder, Anakin was a slave his entire life, and now he is a slave to not only his suit, but Palpatine by the end of this film. No! Alien Covenant is an underrated banger, and that is in large part due to its shocking ending. David, instead of Walter, has snuck onto the Covenant and basically hijacked the ship and is now planning to continue his experience with the Xenomorphs and the Protomorphs, etc. And I will never forget my in-theater reaction to seeing Daniels talk to what she thinks is Walter about the cabin they're gonna build. He looks at her blankly and then just goes, "Shh, don't let the bed bugs bite." Ugh, I had a pit in my stomach. Speaking of pits in my stomach, the ending to 7 is one of the most tense things ever. I'm glad I got to rewatch it on the big screen in IMAX this year because I genuinely was shaking. We all know what's gonna happen. We've seen the name, oh God, what's in the box? And it doesn't matter because seeing him become Wrath and then kill John, it hits every single time because it's an all-timer film. No Country for Old Men is filled with tragic fates for beloved characters as we watch Anton Chigurh, this force of nature, just wreak havoc. And in the end, after all of this, he gets to just walk away because sometimes evil gets away with things. Did y'all really think I was gonna leave off Infinity War, a cultural phenomenon, a moment in time where we all collectively mourned the loss of our Avengers? Thanos winning is an all-time cinematic moment, and back in 2018, I was definitely upset. Now when I rewatched it, I'm more like, this does put a smile on my face. He did everything he said he was gonna do and then sat back on his farm and watched the sunrise on a grateful universe. It's one of those things that when you rewatch, we're like, damn, we had the whole dream team and we still got cooked. Damn! And lastly, I have Whiplash because the ending is both scary and extremely sad because despite Andrew getting up there and performing in front of everyone, that doesn't matter because in the end, he's lost a piece of himself and he's basically become as psychotic as Fletcher. And he destroys himself in pursuit of getting approval. Nasty work.